Hello, my name is Joanna Yu and I'm part of Uni's Yearbook Video Squad. So this year, 3 wonderful members of Uni's faculty are retiring and we wanted to ask them some questions to reflect on their time at Uni. First, I want to recognize Ms. Mary Ann Downey, who has been Uni's Director of Advancement for the past 10 years, working with members of the Uni community, including alums, to create amazing opportunities for Uni students.
When people ask me about my job at Uni High, one of the things that I tell them I have an enormous privilege of meeting people that I otherwise would not have the opportunity to work with. And that includes our amazing faculty, our very talented and motivated students, our amazing alumni, our current parents and our past parents who want to stay close to Uni High, and our alumni and parents who make donations to the school to make extraordinary things happen. So I have dozens of stories I could tell about that, but I only have time to tell you one. George Frampton from the class of 61 organized his class and 2 other classes to put together an endowed fund in memory of a member of the class of 1963, Barbara Lazarus. Barbara Lazarus was in higher education her entire career, and she spent a lot of that energy and time encouraging young women to go into the STEM fields. And so we have a Barbara Lazarus Memorial Grant that students can apply for. So flash forward, I get a phone call from Barbara Lazarus' sister, Mary Ann, saying that a friend of hers was coming into town to go to a conference about STEM at the U of I, and she would like to meet some of the Barbara Lazarus grant recipients. And so I reached out to some of the Barbara Lazarus students that had gotten grants and was able to encourage them to meet the woman who happened to be Deborah Knopman. She's the principal researcher at RAND. So we spent about an hour with Dr. Knopman, and we were blown away by what the students had done with the money from the grants that they received. But at the end of the meeting, we were asking Dr. Knopman what her relationship with Barbara Lazarus was. And it turned out that when she was a student at Wellesley, Barbara Lazarus encouraged her to take an internship during the summer to go to Taiwan, and that changed the course of her career to go into environmental studies and does international research at RAND. So it was sort of a full circle thing where alumni, students, faculty, and someone who'd been impacted by an alum from Uni High impacted so many lives in so many great ways. So thank you very much, Uni High, for this really extraordinary time I've had at the school. I appreciate it.
Finally, we have Mr. Craig Russell, who's been teaching in the math department for the past 22 years.
Well, in researching the school on the internet before coming here, I was impressed by the strength of the curriculum, the strength of the student body, and even the beauty of the building and the attractions of the community. Once I came for my interview, I was struck by seeing students eating lunch on the floor in the hallways, by questions that they asked me during the interview process, and by the friendliness of teachers. When I interviewed, I was wearing a suit and tie, and I remember Dr. Karuba remarking after the lunchtime meeting that I would have to lose the suit if I came to Uni. Coming from 11 years in the Army and 4 years at a school where male teachers wore ties every day, that made me feel very welcome. Oh good, an easy question. The students, of course. Working with teens makes me feel young, even when the mirror and body aches and pains tell me otherwise. Seeing students grow and learn, even just interacting with each other in the hallway, gives me energy and enthusiasm for the future. Many things. Some were humbling lessons I needed to learn and perhaps still need to learn, since I'm very stubborn. Some things I've been allowed to learn on my own, at my own pace. Academic freedom does that for a person. I've learned little but important lessons about kindness, perspective, creativity, patience, and passion from many special students, colleagues, and administrators over the years. My first answer is see question 3, the students. I'll also miss the daily challenge of thinking about how to engage students in class. I'll miss seeing the accomplishment of a student who has struggled, but who succeeds in the end. And I know that every student at Uni can experience that through persistence. Okay, let's see. First, please continue to care for one another. I've been impressed throughout my time at Uni by how caring the community is. Please continue to care for those outside the Uni community who have been marginalized. Please practice citizenship. Vote, do the right thing, encourage others to do the right thing. Please continue to think about and even be passionate about the future. Take care of the environment, take care of each other, look for solutions with an eye to justice. Please seek and see and support beauty. It's all around you, even within you, in nature, in art, in music, even in engineering. Finally, remember that you, yes you, can do math and English and history if you persevere, and that many things are worth the struggle. Bye.
Next is Mr. David Stone, who has been at Uni for 36 years.
Sometimes things happen that you don't expect, and that's what Uni was for me. I initially came to Uni for 2 years, so I thought. And so I was really interested in teaching. I really enjoyed teaching while I was a graduate student in entomology at the University of Illinois. And so my idea was 2 years at Uni, and then I'd move on to something else. 36 years later, I am retiring, and I couldn't be happier with what has occurred during that time. There were a number of first impressions that really stick out in my mind, but the thing that really sticks out is the fact that all of the people at Uni were passionate. The instructors were passionate, the administrators were passionate, students were all passionate regarding various things that they were interested in. They weren't all academic, but that was the thing that really stuck out in my mind initially. I have a lot of favorite parts of Uni, but my favorite parts of Uni are all student-focused. I enjoy time in the hall with kids. I've enjoyed classes. I think if I were to bring it down to a single thing, it would probably be the field biology field trips on Sundays. I love being out in the field. I love entomology, and I love being able to share that with other people. I think that there are a number of things I'm going to miss, obviously, and the main things are going to be the people. I'm going to miss the administrators, I'm going to miss the teachers, and most of all, I'm going to miss the students. It's really been a lot of fun. First thing that I'm planning on doing is working with the science department in terms of trying to get things going with the other teachers. Then I'm planning on spending a lot of time involved in nature photography and involved in various sorts of dog training. In terms of final advice, I think the most important thing is that everybody focus on other individuals, make sure you stay in contact with other people, and I hope that a lot of you are going to stay in contact with me.